Sentenced to 170 years, 170.
You got a sentence of 170 years.
Yes, sir.
However you cut that, you are not going to get out of here.
I'm eligible for parole when I turn 100 years old.
Have you ever thought about all the things that you have missed that other 15-year-olds go through as part of their normal lives?
Absolutely. I've never been to the prom. I've never driven a car. I've never had a driver's license. I've never filed tax returns. I've never been on an airplane. I've never traveled abroad. Yeah, should I continue? My life has been lived in this prison, and it seems as though I've been in this prison so long that I've never been free. 25 years in prison, you know, it's a long time.
Fam, what's going on, man? It's your boy, E.I. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. Today, I'm doing a reaction video at death row at Indiana State Maximum Security Prison. It's an inside look at death row and interviews of convicts who are currently on death row. But before we go ahead and get into this video, man, y'all do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Let's go ahead and check out death row at Indiana State Maximum Security Prison.
What's it like when one of your friends on death row is led away to be executed?
Well, you spend, years and years and months and hours of every day with a person. You talk every day, hey, what are you doing? And, let's eat something, let's make something to eat. And, he eventually comes by one day and is like, yeah, I gotta go, man. And when he leaves and turns his back and walks down them steps, he ain't coming back. They're gonna kill him.
About an hour's drive south of Chicago in the state of Indiana is one of America's oldest and most notorious maximum security prisons. The majority of the 1,900 inmates here are serving long sentences for unspeakable crimes.
And when I came at you, I wasn't just going to stick you an inch. I was going to run something all the way through. Get out of here!
12 are due to be executed on the orders of the state. For 2 weeks, I was given privileged access to this dark and forbidding world.
I do deserve to be executed. Bottom line, I ain't gonna candy coat it. I deserve to be executed.
Welcome to Indiana State Prison.
Thank you.
My introduction to the prison was dramatic. The man who runs it, Superintendent Bill Wilson, agreed to take me to death row. So this is actually the entrance?
This is the actual entrance, and it's 2 floors. We only have 12 men on the row right now.
All right, real quick. So listen, all the viewers watching, I know obviously we got a lot of convicts watching, even officers who are currently working, who are used to work in prisons who watch this channel. So have any of you been on death row, either like housed as a death row convict, or have you visited or been an orderly on death row or worked death row? And if so, let me know in the comments your experience. Me personally, I've done one death row event at Mississippi State Prison, Parchman. I didn't actually visit the death row cell block, but it was an event held in the gym, a special event, first time ever in Mississippi State Prison history that happened. But let me know your experiences on death row in the comments, fam.
You have to sign yourself in?
Mm-hmm.
The superintendent comes to death row every week to check on how the inmates are coping. Superintendent, these are the pictures of people on death row?
Correct. These are the 12 gentlemen that are on death row, and it shows their cell location so that staff never have to question where they're at. No staff members are allowed on the unit when the offenders are out. So the offenders actually will secure themselves in the cells, and then their cell doors will be closed or opened as they need to come in or out.
Do you like any of these people?
They're all different in many ways, and I am respectful of who they are, what they are. Would I call them my friends? No, but there's some characters here that have some personality characteristics that you would say are likable.
He knows them all by name, and they know him.
McManus, it always amazed me how clean that cell is. Keep it up.
A lot of time in here.
I know.
Hello.
Staying out of trouble?
Yeah.
All right. Wilkes, how's your eyes? You been over to medical at all?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all right. How are you?
Just 1 second. How you been?
All right. You?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Hi.
Is tension high?
Not for me.
Okay.
Hey, look, so these are the biggest cells that I've ever seen. I am so surprised that their cells are this huge, bro. They're kind of like little dens or office spaces. You know what I mean? These are the biggest cells I've ever seen. So especially for death row. So if you guys knew that people on death row had cells this big, let me know in the comments. I don't think that's the case. This is the only death row I've ever seen with cells this big, bro. If you've seen other places with cells this big, let me know and put it in the comments.
I'm good.
All right. Richie?
What's up?
All right.
What's all this?
Mr. Ritchie's wife, I believe, is from England.
Which part of England is she from?
St. Albans.
In Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I met her about 4 years ago on a pen pal, and we hit it off instantly. And she came over and visited, couldn't get enough, and married me.
How often do you get a chance to see her?
Every weekend.
Do you mind doing this?
Oh, no, not at all, man.
Yes. It is very, very unconventional, though, because the end game in this relationship is one that you know and she knows.
Well, yeah, kind of, because a lot of guys can get off death row. A lot of us are getting off death row. But cases like mine and like another gentleman back here, you know, we didn't kill no women or kids. We were charged with shooting a police officer, and they just don't let guys like us, no matter if you got good issues in your case or not, legal issues to let you off death row, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
She knows that, and she married you.
No. I found something now. See, I was a stupid kid at 19 and 20. I made very poor decisions. I would make decisions. I would do things without thinking about them. And I didn't give a damn about the consequence at all. That kid, to me now, 32 years old, that kid's gone. I'm not saying I'm rehabilitated, you know.
You're not saying that?
No, I'm not. But I am
Why
saying,
not?
Because I'd be bullshitting you. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm the kind of guy that does need to be in prison.
Why are you the kind of guy who needs to be in prison?
Because I'm the kind of guy, if I get fired from a job and I can't find a job, I'll do it the legal way, try to get a job, and I can't find a job, and I can't pay my bills, I'll go get a gun and I'll pay my bills. And I won't think nothing about it. It won't bother me at all.
You've described the person you are, but how do you see?
Bro, I'm very surprised that he's speaking like that, especially with this news camera right in front of him and this huge opportunity to put light on his case. Because that's like going before the parole board if he was to have parole and be like, man, I deserve to be in prison because if I need to, you know what I mean, I'm going to commit crimes to provide for myself. So that's, you know, kind of crazy, bro. But even being charged with murder, and even though he murdered a cop, I still think that death row, bro, is, you know, not fair. I don't believe that's just. You know, condolences to the victim and the victim's family. But I do understand death row in certain cases, like he mentioned, like people who've like murdered like children or women or like multiple situations like that. I understand that. But just for being a young kid who killed a cop, you know, probably in the heat of the moment, death row. How do y'all feel about that, man? Put it in the comments. And also too, just about him saying like, yo, I'm not rehabilitated, I deserve to be in prison. What are your thoughts on that? About like how the media is gonna portray him in his case? Put that your thoughts in the comments, fam.
Your life looking down the line, where does it go? Where does it end up?
Man. Either in a box or doing a life sentence in population. That's my choices right there. Doing a life sentence or being in a box. And I gotta watch my wife grow old through these bars.
Kinda seems like he don't want to go home, bro.
Out in the general population, convicts are allowed yard time, 2 hours recreation every day. Save for taking showers and meals, this is their only opportunity to mix and to make allies.
Have you been here a long time?
27 years.
How many?
27 years.
27 years.
Old school Jack.
I was heading to the Administrative Segregation Unit with Lieutenant Gillespie. The men here are among the prison's most dangerous.
This is Sergeant Fagan. This is his unit.
Get out of here!
Many of the offenders here are gang members, drug dealers, and sexual predators. Everything they do is monitored and carefully controlled.
Could you tell me what this list of names is all about?
All right. Every cell house in Indiana State Prison has one of these. The idea behind this is to make sure we know where everyone's at, what they're doing, who they are, why they're here, etc. For example, if someone would accidentally take out 508 and 509 together, and let's say 508 owes 509 money, so 509's mad about it, and they get put in the shower together and the door's locked, and he has a weapon on him, 508 could lose his life. Like that. Just because someone made that mistake. So that's why it's important to really understand this board.
Do you feel that you must be constantly vigilant?
These guys have nothing but time. Okay, we're going home, so we're thinking about going to dinner with the wife, going to dinner with the mom, whatever. These guys have nothing but time. They're sitting here, and these guys, they're smart. They don't forget. So let's say you made them mad 2 weeks ago. You forgot all about it. They don't. So let's say you're sitting here minding your business, doing something, come up behind you and assault you. Yeah, you got to be awake. You got to be on your toes.
The offenders in this unit are locked down for 23 hours a day. And when they're allowed out for their 60-minute break, they're kept apart in individual steel cages. One of the men is 38-year-old Ronald L. Sanford. By any measure, and in any prison community, his is an exceptional story.
When did you come here to Indiana State Prison?
Oh, well, I came here in 1989 at the age of 15 years old. I was actually convicted of the crime that I'm here for at the age of 13 years old.
And what was the crime?
Double homicide. So I committed a double homicide at the age of 13 years old. At the age of 15, my case had ran its course through the court, and I was sitting here to this prison in 1989.
A double homicide,
yes, sir.
At the age of 13?
13, yes, sir.
That's very, very young.
It's tragic, to say the least, and it is very young, absolutely. It's unheard of, Wow. It's unspeakable, to say the least. Even reflecting on it almost 25 years later. In August, it'll be 25 years since that crime took place. It's still very vivid, it's still very poignant, it still resonates, and it still has the same amount of tragic elements involved in it now as it did then. And it will always be with me for the rest of my life. I always say it's like an albatross around my neck. No matter where I go or what I do for the rest of my life, it'll always be with me.
What were the circumstances which led up to the incident?
See, that's absolutely insane, bro. Got 2 bodies at the age of 13, and now I think he said he's in his late 30s. Still in prison, probably sentenced to life. We'll find out here shortly. But just real quick, do you feel like people like himself deserve to have another shot in society? I definitely do, especially with how they may be living in prison. Obviously, he's on 23-1. He's on SEG. You know what I mean? So he's probably been getting in trouble. But for those who have been in prison since they were 13, 14, 15 years old, and if they are being rehabilitated, programming, getting their education while incarcerated, they definitely deserve a shot at parole and to be released back in society. Let me know your thoughts, yes or no, and why. But also, too, man, it's crazy. They got basketball rims, basketball goals, and every single individual rec cage. I've never seen that either, bro. If y'all seen it, let me know, because I've never seen that before.
Which led you in prison at the age of 15?
Me and a friend had basically planned to get money to go to a fair. And to do so, we're going to cut grass. And we went to a home basically, and they said they didn't want their grass cut, and rather than continue on the vein and go to the next home, we decided to push into the home essentially, and it ended in a double homicide. It's that simple. And for our complicity in that crime, I was sentenced to 170 years, 170.
You got a sentence of 170 years.
Yes, sir.
However you cut that, you are not going to get out of here.
I'm eligible for parole when I turn 100 years old.
Have you ever thought about all the things that you have missed that other 15-year-olds go through as part of their normal lives?
Absolutely. I've never been to the prom. I've never driven a car. I've never had a driver's license. I've never filed tax returns. I've never been on an airplane. I've never traveled abroad. Should I continue? My life has been lived in this prison, and it seems as though I've been in this prison so long that I've never been free. 25 years in prison, you know, it's a long time.
Especially when you come in at the age of 15.
Yeah, really.
Ariel, thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you for taking the time.
I appreciate you.
Dang, bro, that's sad. You could even see him getting teary-eyed as he's like just recounting his life, bro. Dang, that's sad. In the state of Florida, bro, they have a huge class action. I think it's actually nationwide, to where those who are sentenced to life as a juvenile, that actually are getting their cases back in the courts, and like I think pretty much all of them are being released. I know a friend of mine who had juvenile life, and he's out now. So I'm pretty sure that happened nationwide. Y'all let me know in the comments if that happened in your state, and if that is the case, maybe this guy's out right now. You know, so if so, that would be awesome, man.
My first meeting with Sanford was a shock, but there were more disturbing cases at Indiana State Prison. One of the oddities of the American prison system is that an inmate can spend 20 years on death row exhausting the appeals process before he's executed.
Hold on, did y'all see that? He's playing what, Xbox?
In all that time, convicts are confined to this cell block and have
on death row, got a video game system. Never heard of it, but I think that's great. I think that's great.
little contact with the rest of the prison. Paul McManus killed his wife and 2 young daughters.
Mr. McManus, the first thing I noticed about your cell that is terribly clean, very different from any of the others.
Right.
Why is that?
I feel if I don't use it in a month, then I probably don't need it.
Yeah, but it's more than that, isn't it? It's particularly clean.
Well, me personally, I don't read or write, so I have a lot of time on my hands. So I clean because I don't write letters, I don't read books. There's only so much on TV you can watch before they show repeats, so it gives me a lot of time. So I just take pride in cleaning my cell.
Was your life before you came to prison very similar? Were you a very tidy person then?
Not so much. I worked a lot, so I was always busy. So I like to stay busy. It keeps my mind. So it works. both ways, I guess. You know, I keep busy in here, but I'm pretty well done all I can do in here. I might have to move to a different cell and do the same thing, but I've been here over a decade, so I'm just now getting it where I like it.
Does being on death row take a physical, emotional toll on you?
Oh, it's definitely up and down. Definitely. Now, I did weigh 250 pounds almost 2 years ago, and now I weigh 166. Now, I have pictures of them if you would like to see them. I got them right here, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
And you see the difference.
So this is...
it's all me.
This is all you. So you lost a lot of weight.
Right. It's you know, it's depression a little bit, you know, and it's also just, I mean, it's like I said, it's a roller coaster. It's up and down.
Dang, bro is big, man. And he lost all that weight, he said, in 2 years. But what's crazy to me is that he's been cleaning his cell for 10 years, and he's just now got it to where he likes it. That's crazy. I mean, one thing in prison, bro, people are clean freaks. Just because, like he said, bro, especially like for him, he's locked in a cell. But in prison in general, whenever you have so much time on your hands, bro, like a lot of times people come from chaotic paths of addiction and crime that they never really have structure, or myself included. You know what I mean? So when you go to prison and you begin to get a job or just your daily routine of cleaning, and you got to have structure, you got to have things that fill your day. Because if you're just laying around in your rack, bro, you're going to be miserable. Depression is just going to overtake you, and your time's going to do you, but you got to do your time and stay busy. And one way people do time is like cleaning as part of their structure and their regimen and their routine. So but this guy took it to a whole nother level, you know what I mean? So I definitely myself was very clean, always kind of like, you know, just like OCD a little bit, but prison intensified it. It just really makes you structured and organized. But man, this guy's been cleaning himself for 10 years, and he said he just now got it where he likes it. That's insane.
McManus sees more of Indiana State Prison than the other men on death row. He's a diabetic and is allowed a daily visit to the prison hospital. The authorities must treat him, although they will, in all probability, put him to death one day.
Well, here we are, out of death row and into the sunlight. Is this the only chance you get to mix with the rest of the general prison population?
Yes, we don't have a lot of contact with them, so it is nice to be able to come out and see people that you've maybe been locked up with that are not on the road no more. And every once in a while, you can, you know, have a little bit of contact with that person just for a brief second.
Were you on any kind of medication like insulin before you came to prison?
Absolutely none. Zip. Now, you know, I take quite a few pills and the insulin shot. It all comes down to the food and also how you know, you have your ups and downs where you gain weight and then stuff like that. So, I mean, that does play a factor. All my friends I brought with me. What's nice about, well, if there is a nice thing about being a diabetic, is that you do get to get out and come over to the hospital daily, and then to be around regular people, it's nice.
Yeah.
Put you back to normal. All right.
All right, thank you.
See you later.
Bro, he's got a whole different death row experience than every other convict on death row. He's able to take a walk in the sunlight, like on the pound every day, and go to medical, see women, talk to free world people. You know what I mean? So obviously, bro, I know he probably doesn't want to have diabetes or whatever. I think he said that he has. But I mean, about out of everybody on death row, bro, like his experience is times 10 better just because of that one walk. And that's crazy when you think about it, bro. That one walk that maybe takes 5-10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes max a day is literally a life changer compared to the other guys who can't leave their cell at all or that block at all. Think about that, bro. That's deep, ain't it? That's crazy.
The rest of the prison is distinctly different from the oppressive gloom of death row. Lunchtime in cell block C. Prisoners have a chance to spend time in the open air. They can also earn privileges. Some have jobs and can request a haircut twice a month.
Real deal barbershop.
All the barbers are convicts. Rick Parrish is serving 3 life sentences, plus 10 years.
I must say, walking into this place is one of the most extraordinary experiences I've had for a long time. You wouldn't have thought that this was a barbershop or in a maximum security prison.
Well, we work hard to keep it unique in here because we like the atmosphere. We like being able to come in here and relax. It's neutral territory for gangs, for officers. I mean, if you come to the barbershop and you're a gang member, would you start trouble with a guy that's standing here with a pair of shears in his hand like this?
No, I wouldn't. I suspect not, too.
That's why there's no trouble in here.
There's still, though, this feeling of unreality about people with instruments like these in a maximum security prison.
I've been here 37 years. We've never had an incident in the barbershop. We've never had an incident with the shears. Never had a problem.
You've been here since the 70s. That's a long time.
January 75.
Long time?
Yeah. Well, you know, if you do it a day at a time, like most of us do, you do time a day at a time. Sometimes an hour at a time, sometimes a minute at a time, whatever it takes to get through. Then you look up one day and 37 years have went by.
See, this is another thing that's super unique about this prison, bro. I've never seen a barbershop this big, number one. But also, too, the fact that they give them scissors and shears. I've never seen that in prison. And he said that this is a neutral zone for gangs and for officers. I've never heard of that, bro. In the state of Florida, like I said, man, I've done 12 years in prison, all over a course of 3 different bids, all in Florida. The barbershop is super small. It is a prized job position to have because obviously you get paid from the convicts for cutting your hair, you know, or you can just get like a bald or all leave-in and they do it for free. But some barbers, they're not gonna cut nobody's hair unless you pay them at least a soup or something. So it's a hustle, you know what I mean, to get good money. But all they have is clippers and guards. You know, they don't have any scissors, they don't got any shears. So the fact that they give them, you know, real like barber equipment is actually surprising. And the fact that it said it's like a neutral territory because, bro, the barbershops, not only I know in the state of Florida, but from what I hear in other states, bro, that's the grid. That's where people kind of go duck off and fight. But they got an officer sitting here with a desk. I'm sure because they have, you know, scissors and shears and things like that, but also because how big it is. But it actually looks like a real deal barbershop, and I'm sure they probably got like a barbershop vibe. Everybody's probably just like talking trash and telling stories and hanging out. So that's dope, man. That's really cool.
There you go, young man. You have a good day.
Thank you.
Rick, what are we looking at here?
A little history of the penitentiary and the barbershop. The shop was remodeled in August of '76, and that's the first picture taken in this shop. Yeah.
Is that you there?
Yes, it is.
August so this 76. Is your wall?
Yeah, I'm all over the wall because it is my wall. And this.
And you're pumping iron here?
Yeah, that was probably 20 years ago when I was eating anything that didn't move and pumping iron at the same time.
So this is a catalog of your life in pictures?
Yeah, because you can see the progress from what I looked like in '76 up here to where I'm at right now. Here, that's the newest picture.
What emotions do they invoke?
Wishing I was out there doing it right. Wishing I could start all over again at 29, 30 years of age and not make the mistakes I made. But you get past, after 37 years, you better be past all that. You know, have your head screwed on, you know, make the best of what you have.
But the pictures are constant reminders.
Yeah, what was. You know, that's like, you know, all of us that got here were violent criminals to get here.
What was your violent crime, Rick?
I'm in here for a kidnap robbery. I pulled a robbery, and the car I had wouldn't start, so I commandeered a vehicle, and there was 3 people in it.
All the pictures here, you have it on, mounted on cardboard.
Yeah, it's on cardboard, so if I ever get out, I can take it with me. That's what it's for. I fold it up and take it with me as a reminder. You don't want to go back.
That's real. All right, man, we're going to go ahead and shut it down right here, bro. And I kind of just want to highlight a thought that I said earlier about the video games, and I was saying good for them. And, of course, bro, on this channel, you're going to hear me kind of lean more towards the favor of the convicts. And obviously, as you already know, because I'm a convict, bro, I did over 12 years in prison. But also, too, because, bro, I believe in second chances, bro. You know what I mean? Even people who've done some terrible things or made some bad decisions in life, man, as you already know my story, if you don't, bro, throughout my 12 years of incarceration, bro, is where I authentically encountered Jesus Christ, and he radically transformed my life. But not just mine. I know so many other guys, so many women, so many people who throughout their incarceration, bro, like truly, you know, like were rehabilitated, bro, and matured and healed and grew in their identity, number one, and through their faith in Christ Jesus, but also, too, just to be prepared to get back out for a second shot at society. And a lot of people don't get that. So I believe that, bro, like everyone deserves a second chance. Yeah, do some people deserve to be in prison? Of course. Do some people deserve to be on death row? It's like, I don't agree with death row, but I can understand why certain people are on there for certain heinous crimes. But, bro, man, people can change, man. And so I just want to kind of leave it off on that thought. And again, man, just to leave the floor open for y'all to put your thoughts in the comments, man. Like, bro, sometimes, man, society, you know, people who are detached from prison or maybe don't have any loved ones incarcerated, like, people can fail to realize that, bro, these are human beings who just made some bad decisions. Are there some, like, monsters who've done some heinous, terrible, consistent things? Yeah, but even they, too, can change, bro. You know, so I just want to leave it off on that thought, man. Let me know in your comments how you feel, bro. Whether you agree or if you don't. And it's cool if you don't. Just let me hear why. Explain it why. So once again, bro, this is your boy E.I. the King. This is the Incarceration Podcast. And family, look, I got a fire HBO-style series on the full episode playlist. It's called The Incarceration. It's a chronological journey of my 12 years in prison, but the second season is coming out. To access it, you have to become an all-access member to this channel. And this is a preview clip of the second season right here. Not supposed to be housed with lifers, with some jits, other kids who will never get out, and they might die in prison if they don't win an appeal and have a second chance back in society. I'm not supposed to go anywhere around or be housed with people with such charges, crimes, at that amount of time. But just like always, with my luck, where am I going? The dungeon. And also, if you didn't know, man, I am a rapper. My artist name is E.I. the King. You can find my music wherever you listen to your music at. Go to my artist YouTube channel, E.I. the King, and check out my music videos. Follow me on Instagram, E.I. the King. TikTok, E.I. the King, E.I. the King Official. For you gamers out there, bro, follow me on Twitch, E.I. the King Gaming. And family, listen, we are on the journey to 50,000 subs. Right now, we're at 40K. I appreciate all the day one viewers and day one subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. And please do me a favor, go ahead and like this video right now. And y'all go ahead and stay tapped in for more fire content to continue to come your way. It's your boy, E.I. the King, and I'm out. Peace.